The $1 million mistake that's killing your future growth. The biggest operational mistake CEOs make is building for their current market instead of their future opportunities. And if you're optimizing around today's customers, you're literally architecting tomorrow's irrelevance. Stay with me because I'm going to reveal why most businesses reject $1 million opportunities that don't fit their perfect processes, share the exact backwards thinking that's transforming operations into competitive liabilities, and I'll give you my 8-point future-proof operations blueprint that turns disruption from a threat into your biggest profit center. I'm David White, and over 4 decades of building businesses, I've made this mistake myself and watched hundreds of other CEOs make it too. We build these beautiful, optimized operations around our current customers, and then wonder why scrappier competitors keep eating our lunch. I've been on both sides of this equation. I've been the professional business that said no to opportunities because they didn't fit our established processes. And I've been the scrappy competitor who said yes to the same opportunities and turned them into $1 million revenue streams. Here's what I've learned. Your operational philosophy literally determines whether disruption destroys you or enriches you. And most businesses are unknowingly choosing destruction. Well, let me tell you about the day I watched a perfectly organized company talk themselves out of possibly the biggest opportunity in their industry's history. Picture this, 2000, the sharing economy is exploding. Uber, Airbnb, everything as a service is reshaping entire industries faster than you can say digital transformation. I'm working with a mid-sized logistics company that spent years perfecting their operations around traditional contracts. You know, the kind where everything is planned 6 months in advance and documented in triplicate. And then a major tech company approaches them with what I can only describe as a controlled chaos opportunity. They needed flexible, on-demand logistics for their new same-day delivery pilot. The revenue potential, over $2 million annually if it's scaled. But here's the catch. It didn't fit their existing processes at all. And the CEO's response? We don't do ad hoc requests. Our strength is systematic, predictable operations. Meanwhile, a smaller competitor with operations that looked like they were held together with hope and a hardware store using duct tape said yes immediately. They didn't have systematic processes to protect. They just had the ability to adapt, and they wanted to win. That inferior competitor landed the contract, and within 2 years, it had evolved into an $8 million annual relationship that opened doors to dozens and dozens of similar opportunities. The superior logistics company, they're still perfecting their traditional processes while watching that market grow without them. As I watched this unfold, I realized something profound. They didn't lose because their operations were banned. As I watched this unfold, I realized something profound. They didn't lose because their operations were bad. They lost because their operations were too good at the wrong things. Here's what I've observed across hundreds of businesses. Most companies optimize around today's customers and miss tomorrow's revenue streams. Clayton Christensen nailed it in The Innovator's Dilemma when he said, companies fail because they do everything right. They perfect themselves for markets that are already changing. I've seen companies reject $1 million opportunities because they didn't fit existing processes. This is backwards thinking, and it transforms your operations into a competitive liability instead of a competitive advantage. Smart leaders build excess adaptability into their systems from day one. They say yes to profitable chaos while competitors say no to imperfect opportunities. Here's the brutal truth. Your current customers are not necessarily your future revenue. Your current processes are not your future competitive advantage. Your current success might be your future failure if you're not careful. As Jeff Bezos put it, what's dangerous is not to evolve. But most businesses evolve their processes to serve yesterday's opportunities more efficiently instead of tomorrow's opportunities more effectively. The companies that thrive through disruption aren't the ones with the best current operations. They're the ones with operations designed for opportunities they can't even see yet. This requires a fundamental shift in how you think about operational design. So how do you build operations for future opportunities instead of current limitations? Well, after those 4 decades of building businesses through multiple economic cycles and technological disruptions, I've developed what I call the future-proof operations framework. It's the complete opposite of traditional operational design, but it's what separates thriving companies from surviving ones. First principle: optimize for opportunity capture, not process protection. Traditional operations are designed to deliver current services efficiently. Future-proof operations are designed to say yes to unexpected opportunities quickly. This means building excess capacity that looks wasteful until it becomes priceless. The second principle: build operational optionality, not operational optimization. Instead of perfecting one way to do things, build multiple pathways that deliver value. Your inefficiency in normal times becomes your superpower when markets shift unexpectedly. Third principle: design for profitable experiments, not predictable execution. Most businesses design operations to eliminate variability. Smart businesses design operations to test and scale variability profitably. Every failed experiment teaches you something about future opportunities. The fourth principle: measure adaptability speed, not just delivery speed. Traditional metrics focus on how fast you execute current processes. Future-proof metrics focus on how fast you can build new processes when opportunities emerge. As Charles Darwin said, it's not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. The beautiful paradox: when you build operations for future uncertainty, you often serve current customers better because you're not locked into rigid processes that can't adapt to their changing needs. Your messier operations become your marketing advantage because they prove you can handle whatever comes next. When you implement future-proof operations, everything changes in your business. You'll stop saying no to profitable opportunities just because they don't fit your current processes. You'll start capturing revenue streams that your perfectly optimized competitors can't even bid on. You'll build a reputation for being the company that says yes when others say no. Most importantly, you'll develop what I call disruption immunity, the ability to profit from market changes that destroy traditional operations. Your operational flexibility becomes your most valuable asset. Every time markets shift and competitors struggle to adapt, your position gets stronger. You become the safe choice for clients who need results in uncertain times. Disruption stops being a threat and starts being your biggest competitive advantage. I've compiled everything I've learned about building future-proof operations into my 8-point chaos advantage system, a complete system that shows you how to design operations that capture tomorrow's opportunities instead of optimizing yesterday's processes. This isn't theory from someone who's never faced real disruption. These are battle-tested strategies that have helped my clients and I turn market chaos into millions in new revenue while their competitors scramble to maintain relevance. Check out my website, davidwhiteconsulting.com, and under training, you'll find a link to the 8-point chaos advantage system, or click the link associated with this video to get your free copy of the future-proof operations blueprint. While your competitors optimize for today's market, you'll be capturing tomorrow's opportunities.